Okay, rundown brought to you by High Noon. It's time to load up the ice, break out the lawn games. High Noon game pack is here. That's what we've been drinking on the road. Pear, cranberry, black cherry, grapefruit. I'm going everywhere for the pear. That's a top 4 for me. Real vodka, real juice, 100 calories, gluten-free, no sugar added. The High Noon game pack is fall exclusive. That means it's here for a good time, not a long time. Again, I'm a pear guy. Passion fruit, pineapple, pear, watermelon. That's my top 4. The game pack, again, exclusive for the fall. Visit highnoonspirits.com before your next tailgate to find a pack near you. Okay.
I feel like I'm being deposed, by the way.
I know it does look like you are being deposed. And they brought in for this.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the type of things that I don't totally get what we're doing as a company, even though I've taken over. Who decided, hey, Dan, I don't know where you are, but they're like, let's go put that thing behind them. That makes any difference at all.
It's like the original rundown. Remember when Kevin and I had those stupid flags?
Yeah.
Dude, I had the skyline of lower Manhattan, not even the Empire State Building. It was buildings that nobody even fucking knew they were.
I'm just curious, Dan, who in Chicago decided they had to put that there for a backdrop?
Fasoli was the one who put it up, not to rat him out. I mean, we are still in this temporary office for one more week.
But it's just Fasoli, who you would think gets Barstool. Why is it we need to put a artwork behind Dan for the rundown? That to me is a don't gut it guy, where it's well, we got to do that. It just makes no sense. None. That's somebody who will waste a ton of budget on something when, who was it? Who wanted, Blattman wanted that camera for the college football show, the Sky Cam. It was $200,000 or something for a season for just
in the studio.
Yes.
Too. That was the craziest part. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Fasoli's a ride or die. Don't worry.
Yeah, but was it his idea?
Was it your idea, Fasoli, to put that thing up? They put it up for every show, he said. They have 19 different cutouts. I don't know.
I'd love to know, that maybe is a Pete thing. That could be
I know the ones here you have it's almost like a picture frame that has your logo on it, but that looks bigger than
I've seen some of you can change the screen, but that just it's really dumb. I don't wasted energy. Anyways, NFL, as we always do, starting football season with the NFL. The big dogs go down. That includes the Niners and the Eagles. I don't know what to make of the Jets. Their defense was flying around, obviously looked really well, but yet they lost to the Patriots. So it's I have a hard time figuring out where they're at. Dan Fields got hurt. Bills escape. Anything you guys want to touch on? It's an open forum.
And Kevin, the Jets are good. You get the floor. You won.
Are
they good?
Yeah, I think they're good.
Yes. Well, this is why people got so excited, dude. And as much as it's still going to be a fun season, it appears, it's just forever going to be what could have been. I mean, they would be fucking rolling right now if they had a quarterback who was Zach Wilson has done exactly what we need Zach Wilson to do, in that just don't turn the ball over, be the game manager. I said forever, just don't be the worst. And this team would probably be good enough because their defense is fucking incredible. They got a lot of playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. And coaching was always kind of the X factor. And I think we're proving that at least these guys have bought into him, because I would imagine a lot of other teams would just roll over and fucking die after what they went through. And the fact that they're still in it and winning, it's crazy. I mean, that defense is good enough to play with anybody on any given Sunday.
I think they're good. Yeah. They played the Bills, the Cowboys, the Chiefs, and the Eagles. 4 teams that all have Super Bowl aspirations. They went 2-2 against them. And outside of the Cowboys, they were in all those games. And yes, they did lose to the Patriots. That's true. But any given Sunday. And also Belichick owns Zach Wilson.
I will say one thing. Watching that interception at the end from Hurts, and I get it. Mac Jones, he snaps the ball and he gets sacked instantly. That safety he took, really not his fault. and Devontae Parker drops a great pass but when you put pressure on a quarterback, they all become mortal really, really quickly.
Really fast. Really.
So
and that's why, I mean,
Dan.
the Jets had a real line too. I mean, their line's been playing well, but if they had a real offensive line, watch the fuck out.
But wait, let's back up, because that was Dave's way of saying that Mac Jones is not bad.
Jones is still, I mean, we know he's gonna
listen.
throw
what happened? That guy, Mr. Fun Pants,
sucks.
Mr. Fun Pants, Lane Johnson, he gets hurt, and that line, he's so good. Those two guys, Kelce and Lane, like Mac may be like
Mac Jones
playing behind those guys.
Are we gonna do this every?
Kevin, this is the problem. It's actually like making me feel more pathetic about myself, because Dave is saying things that I say, and when he says it, I'm like, dude, you sound like a loser right now. And that's how I walk around and talk all the time. We had a moment that we were in Baton Rouge, and someone, I think it was Mike or Pat. Oh, it was Pat. We were going to the airport, and he asked me about Justin Fields, and I just started like verbal diarrheaing about him, and Dave just was like, did you forget I was sitting behind you right now?
I
like,
patted you on the back. I patted you on the back as he was going through it. I'm like, it's okay, Dan. And
it's just like, if the offensive line plays well and like he keeps progressing, and like, it was just like 3 minutes of me saying he's not that good. But that's what Dave sounds like now.
Yeah, but
no, listen. All I'm saying is
Hurts a bit. We get it.
Hurts looked the injury to Lane, and Hurts looked horrible for the first time in a long time. There was pressure. Nobody's very good. I've seen it. I've seen Tom Brady when the fucking Giants 18-1 get pressure on him. I'm saying it. I'm not saying Mac is great, and I'm not even trying to make this about the Patriots, because I knew they're going to lose. I bet against them. I am now on let's win one game. I don't want the Patriots to win the rest of the season. I want the number one pick. So the Patriots stink. There's no confusion about that on my end, none at all.
Wait. I mean, if you're in tank mode, would you obviously would take a quarterback?
Yeah, I'd take.
So Mac Jones stinks.
He's not your guy then.
Yeah, because that's not fixing the offensive line. That's fixing the quarterback.
The whole.
You really believe that?
I don't.
Yeah.
I think we need to overhaul a lot of things.
Not the quarterback.
I'm not trying to hijack it. You guys, it's ironic that for decades, we're talking about the Patriots. I am not trying to talk about the Patriots, and that's all now you guys want to talk about.
Because you won't admit a simple fact. That Mac Jones isn't good.
I think he can win a Super Bowl in the right situation.
Oh my God.
That's great. Yeah. I mean,
what?
Listen, it's like Zach Wilson could go win a Super Bowl right now, but it would never be because of him.
Right. You're saying, if there was
not because of a guy.
If you built the perfect team and put Mac Jones on it, he could win a Super Bowl. So could everyone.
I mean, that's what you hope to do. If you don't have a fucking, Hall of Famer, that's the only other option you can try to convince yourself of. I do genuinely believe, I thought Zach Wilson was fucking done, like dead in the water, could never going to be anything. And he took that Chiefs game and ran with it to the point that if he does that every week, they're going to be in every, the bye, and then coming out of the bye is like cake schedule for I think 3 or 4 weeks. It's going to get interesting.
The other thing, the NFL, we should say, Dave, is the Lions are very much fun.
Yeah, that one. So I had Tampa. I didn't watch much of that game. I was on the wrong side. The other stuff, the Browns game, that didn't surprise me at all. San Fran. I actually on multiple networks on Barstool, multiple shows said I thought the Browns could snip the 49ers. I thought it was the perfect spot, and they suffered some major injuries. The Lions appear to be very for real. Good for them. Good for the Lions. It honestly. Good for the Jets. I like Joe Douglas. Joe Douglas is one of my friends. I consider Joe Douglas a friend. If I see Joe Douglas, I'm going to be, hey, Joe, let's grab a drink and hang out. So I have no hate. The Dolphins, they're an exciting football team. Listen, one thing about being, and this is Kevin, it actually speaks to you to a degree and your insecurities as a person. When you're this bad, like what the Patriots are, I don't know why you would hate towards me or the Patriots. Like, I don't care. Like, the Patriots are so bad right now. There's nobody I consider like, oh, big game, right? We just stink. I can't look past anything in the mirror. The rest of the league, it's like, I don't care anymore. Like, I don't have hatred towards anybody because we're not in the same league as these people.
Yeah, I explained this with Feidelberg a little bit because he said he's almost like it's almost funny and fun to like be on the other side of football life for a change. And I want you all to suffer. I want you to feel pain.
But we're not suffering.
I know that's the problem.
Yeah, because it's the first year.
Will.
It's the first year of this, like, truly awful. Like, if you,
we had it before we won the 6 Super Bowls.
No, the problem is there's just so much winning, and B, like, if the rest of Dave's life sucks as a football fan, no big. So what? His 50s, 60s,
Correct.
and 70s. Like, it needs to be when you're in your prime, when you're a
Correct.
kid, when you're at the bar.
I won,
and you're never gonna.
Yeah, you won.
So if they're never good again, you'll just be like, eh.
I saw that idiot Nikki Smokes being like, Patriots sold their soul. They're gonna suck forever for those 6 rings. I laughed.
That's a great deal.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, like I would still sign. Nobody. Every single Patriot fan would be like, yeah, give me that pen. Like, where do we sign up for that deal? So yeah,
I just want to I want to meet like a 20. How old would you have to be that you could like enjoy the dynasty, be old enough for that, but
like
also
12 and under, you missed it.
You missed it. So I need to meet like a guy who's 13, 14, who still is like into sports, and it's gonna fucking suck for a long time.
You gotta find like a new McGillicuddy and pick on. You'll be like an old man in like a rocking chair, right?
Yes, exactly that.
Dave, if you could win one more game in the AFC East this year, who would you pick it against?
Who would I want to beat?
Yeah,
it's a good question.
Maybe the Dolphins.
I feel like it's the Dolphins.
Maybe just that Nikki Smokes and like.
Well, and also like it would show you that maybe Belichick still got something left.
Oh, that
if he
defense.
Can stop them. Yeah.
I mean, even Brewski went on. Listen, Brewski loves Belichick, and even he went on. He's like, it may be time to like make a change. I mean, you can't ignore what's happening. They've gotten worse and worse and worse and worse since Brady left.
It's also the irony of it. Like, Belichick's entire career is always, he's been so good at getting rid of guys a little bit early than a little late. Yeah. And he might be the little bit late guy.
So that Brewski actually said that. He said he was referring to Bob Kraft, and he's like, Belichick has always been a do your job guy, regardless of loyalty or anything like that. If you're saying Kraft has to do his job, you can certainly argue his job is to get rid of Belichick. You can argue that. So
that's crazy.
SimpliSafe, it's still October, but the holidays are coming up fast before your life goes into overdrive. With the holidays, protect your home with SimpliSafe Home Security. You can get a brand new system today for 40% off. Experts love SimpliSafe, named the best home security system in 2023 by U.S. News and World Report. SimpliSafe is a comprehensive protection for the whole home with advanced sensors, detect break-ins, fires, floods, and more, plus HD cameras both in and out. Powered by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day, half the cost of traditional home security. With the new 24/7 live guard protection, smart alarm wireless indoor camera, monitoring agents can speak to intruders, helping stop crime in real time. I could see that intruder breaking in, like, I'm watching you. Yeah, I go to the next house. For a limited time, save 40% on any new system with the Fast Protect plan. Visit SimpliSafe.com/rundown. That's SimpliSafe.com/rundown. There's no safe like SimpliSafe. All right. College football. Big game of the day. Clearly, Notre Dame waxes. What?
Oregon, Washington?
Yeah, all right. I forgot about Oregon, Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could argue they're just as big, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, Oregon, Washington has 2 teams that could be in the in the college football.
Yeah. Yes. But Notre Dame's Notre Dame. So it's like Notre Dame. More people, I'm sure, cared about Notre Dame USC than Washington.
And the way they beat Caleb Williams definitely was like, holy shit, what just happened?
Great game. Yep, great game. And USC's frauds, and Lincoln Riley's a fraud. And Lincoln Riley is never going to bring a USC team into the Big Ten when it's cold and win those games ever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the big. I'd say USC is. No, they're nobody. Would you say anybody's eliminated from the title chase in the Pac-12?
I think USC, just because I expect them to lose again. But yeah, of course, if they won
won
out, they're not. They definitely will still have a chance in there. Yeah, it was crazy watching Caleb Williams be mortal because they hadn't seen that.
I'm not a Caleb Williams. I'm not a Caleb Williams guy.
You aren't?
No, I've said that many times. You can tell by what I've said. Take Shedeur Sanders before him in an NFL draft.
Well, the Colorado had a very bad Friday.
Yeah,
night.
but correct. Not his fault. Not Shedeur's fault.
No.
He did throw a pick in overtime, but yeah,
that's one of those picks. If your defense isn't doing dick and it's third down and you're going to settle for a field goal, so you try to that's a situational INT that I can kind of live with. The video I sent you guys, the Notre Dame fan running onto the field, getting Caleb's face, Caleb Williams' face, and being like, "Fix your fingernails."
Yeah, we see those nails now.
The CD skipped there.
Well, I just couldn't think of it.
Yeah,
I'm not proud of my
it's
brain.
a hard last name. It's very.
Dave kept on saying that his brain is just rotting this weekend. He's like, I got no brain left.
It is. It's like things like that.
Do you think maybe your brain will run out early?
Yes.
Like
you'll be a vegetable.
Your body will be okay, but you'll just have no brain when you're like.
I'm not unless I'm like Adderall out. It's not as sharp, witty, funny as it used to be. It takes me time. I will slow down. That's fine.
So like we're gonna be going to Nantucket and like we'll each get like 2 week vacation, but the only rule is that we have to feed you applesauce through like a straw while you sit and look at the sunset.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that, by the way. I'll take sitting. Again, all these things we talk about, I had it when I needed it during the Patriot run. I was sharp.
You did.
It's like it was working overdrive.
It's like football. It's like CTE, It's like whatever, man.
It's a lot of wars.
I knew the risks. I knew the risks of blogging. I signed up for
a lot of wars, a lot of hits, a lot of Adderall, a lot of stuff to stay sharp when the world was coming at me. Now it's like it's slowing down a little bit. Anyways, I love being able to rush a field.
Yes.
However, that kid deserves to have his 3 front teeth knocked out. There's a social contract. If you talk to a player, then you're now fair game to be assaulted.
And it's bullshit because if Caleb Williams lifted a finger at that kid, he would be in a world of shit. And yes, I completely agree. Rushing the field, awesome. Going and finding a player and talking shit to his face. You should be open hand slapped right on the spot.
We did it! Let me see those nails down, bro! Let me see those nails down, bro! Come on! Ah! We did it! We did it! We finished! We did it! We did it! Ah!
Finding him was, I mean, he ran a whole football field to find the guy. It's not like he was like right next to him.
Yeah, and that guy sucks. He's probably a Barstool fan, but that guy
he might be our viceroy.
Yeah,
that guy
serious because our viceroy at Notre Dame, remember he had like a little tizzy when he was like, "Oh, it's fun to make fun of Catholicism." I'm like, dude, what are we talking about? It's college football.
That I was waiting for like Viva at the end of that video.
Yeah, no, that guy is everything that's wrong with just white people. Like he comes running out, and the thing that I don't get is he has no sense because he posted it. Like, sometimes I watch it back like, oh, I seem like a real fucking asshole doing this. No, he put it up there. So that kid's the worst. I'm sure I'm sure he's a big stool.
And the other part about it, and I'm not one of these guys. I don't like when people are like, you said we, like what team do you play on? Like, what position are you? Like, no, we're fans. We can say we when we're talking about our teams, but yelling to an opposing team, we did it, and then finding a player and being like, we did it. It felt a little like, give them a moment to enjoy their win.
By the way, I don't mind that we did it running the field. That when you're storming, and again, there's also different storms. There's storms where you're caught up in a miracle play, a last second TD. This game was a blowout. So it wasn't like he knew they were winning and he just went and he was a fucking asshole. That dude's an asshole. But if he's a Barstool, I like buy shirts, do whatever you want to do, keep supporting the brand, but you stink. And I'll just say in that moment, I won't judge you as a whole human, but I'm pretty sure you're an awful human all the way around. That kid stinks. Next up, the boxing. So we had the Dillon Danis, Logan Paul, KSI against Tommy Fury. I was very confused because for some reason, I just assumed it was late. I got back after a game and saw the results. By all accounts, it was exactly what I thought. They are done tricking me into buying these things or really having any interest.
Mm-hmm. I think this is the end.
They can't fight. They're boring fights. You get a little something like you knew Dillon Danis, he tried to put like a guillotine on him. But good to them. Listen, if you can make a shit ton of money, get idiots to buy these things. I'd keep doing it too. But just nothing.
I mean, Dillon Danis, that's got to be one of the fattest L's I've ever seen in my life.
He's running around taking it as a W.
It's still going, Kevin. It's still going.
And I see some people like, of course he's going to do that because, but I see some comments like reply tweets being like, you inspired me and shit. I'm like, what? Like that guy was the worst. Like he trash talked in the worst way imaginable and then got absolutely smoked. Didn't even put on a good show of it. And then it's just like, but I fought jujitsu and like you didn't make weight in time. Like, I mean,
and it's like I went the distance like he was fighting Tyson in his prime or something.
Yeah,
like you
didn't even knock me out. Like, sorry, Drake. Like now we're moving the goalposts.
Do you think Do you think he knows that every time he tweets now, it's like he is the I'm not owned. Like that's all it is right now. He just keeps doubling, tripling, quadrupling down. It looks so bad.
He doesn't. And they'll keep this stuff going. And why not? It's a gravy train. I just don't.
Don't you feel though? Like you said, like I feel like it's like fool me, 3 times sort of thing. Like they've done it enough that it's like, all right, I'm not buying it anymore.
I don't know. No,
It'll be a new rivalry.
Yeah, I was done with it after the Jake Paul Fury fight because I was like, okay, these guys aren't world-class boxers.
You can't fight a real boxer.
Yeah, right. So, but hey, I'm sure the numbers were huge. Jada Pinkett.
I also like Logan's response was like, I'm not even like proud of this. He was
that
whatever.
Was a good tweet.
Yeah.
That's a good card to play. Like, sorry that sucked. I just had to handle my business and now we move on.
Jada Pinkett announced that Will Smith and her have been separated for 7 years. So that's what she was like shocked by, and the Chris Rock like that. Will mentioned they were married. I'm sick of this couple.
Yeah.
I'm really sick of her. You blame Will at all? I don't. I mean, the slap was like he put a lot of heat on himself. Otherwise, it's just fucking Jada Pinkett. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean? He would blame him for what?
Like you said, you're sick of this couple. Like, do you hate Will
Smith?
Smith?
Well, the slap thing. The slap thing was kind of like you can't just ignore.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he obviously brought a lot of heat on himself, but everything else is just like her talking about Tupac and her saying we were married and like we didn't have sex and and he's always been classy, like always just been like sorry or whatever. Like, God, shut the fuck up, woman.
It does make the slap seem a little bit more pathetic, knowing like. Yeah, they were not married, and he like almost like he was trying to get her back or something with the slap.
The whole thing's strange. And even when you say your like soulmate was like Tupac, it's like, well, Tupac like can't deny that or confirm it. He's like,
it's also like, so even if it was like, shut the fuck up. Every time she says that, it's like you're just embarrassing this guy more and more and more. Will Smith is like one of the most successful people of all time, and I feel like this last like couple of years of Jada Pinkett makes me like pity him. I should not be going like, oh, poor Will Smith. That's how fucking terrible she is. She makes the guys one of the most successful actors and rappers of all time seem like
his image has certainly taken a beating because he really was like a A-list top of the world guy. And nobody views them that way now because of what you're right, all that stuff. Last celeb couple, can't go rundown without this. Kelce, Taylor Swift, internet buzzing. I don't know what Dan says. They look good together. I'll admit they look good together. I guess Kelce told her security guard, like, I got it from here, buddy. Like, you don't need it. Meanwhile, Taylor Swift's actual real security guard's like flying back to Israel to fight with Israel. So he may be a little tougher than that. But yeah, the couple keeps going. I will say the Chiefs better hope.
Yeah.
They better hope.
Yeah.
They continue. And I do think the Chiefs, if we're doing power rankings, they're just about one for me because I think their defense is the best it's been. And I assume they'll get it going on offense. But talk about putting a big target on your back if something goes wrong.
Yeah. And they're just, they're everywhere. I don't know. Whatever. They love each other.
He's great.
That's all I'm going to say. They love
maturity.
each other. Like the Gia and Kelly's of the world, like when there's a picture of them holding hands and they're like, look how he's holding her hands. Like, what the fuck? They're holding hands. There's nothing
that's
special
not enough
about
for you,
this.
you pervert. You want more than that.
Yeah,
well, I do.
Want his fucking dick out.
He's smart though. Like that story of like I told her like I'll take care of her is like people are gonna eat
the
that
Swifties
shit
are
up.
eating that up.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Eating it up. And I can tell you don't really like this relationship, Dave, which kind of puts you in a tough spot because you are a Swiftie.
I am a Swiftie. I've never been the biggest Kelce fan. I saw a video like some Patriot account of him mocking Brady before a game, like trying to do his dance, and then the Patriots hung like 40 on him. You know, the Gronk Kelce thing. There is a part of me that really thinks he may like the attention more than the woman, but who am I? I say
that's good.
Good luck to them, two young kids in love and happily ever after. I support it.
It's also I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but it is crazy that he's in every commercial about all the vaccines and everything right now.
Oh, so now you and Aaron Rodgers are like the mega powers.
I think Aaron Rodgers, what is it, tangled web, or I don't even know what the saying. It's Monday. I can't. My brain doesn't work either.
Oh, what
tangled web we weave.
Yeah, we weave. Yeah, no, Aaron Rodgers. Like, I would like to listen. I got vaccinated, but I think I might join Aaron Rodgers and RFK on that side of the debate if we want.
Dan,
to do the
and
debate.
I'm going to tell you something right now, which I don't know that this was supposed to be public, but I'll do it anyways.
Oh boy.
I tried to get Aaron Rodgers to dump on you when you were at your lowest. And
no, he and I are friends now.
That's great.
He and I are friends now.
I will. Yeah, well, he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, he and I are friends now.
Did you tell him? Did you like script the tweet for him? Like, here's all you got to say is just cut and paste this.
He and I are on very good terms.
That's what I said. I said because he's a big Swiftie. He's a huge Swiftie.
Yeah.
Oh, you were trying to get him to do that? That's fucked up. Dave.
I go, see Big Cat right now? The Swifties are attacking him. Feel free to pile on. He's getting run off the internet. He goes, I saw it. I got nothing against Dan anymore.
Yes. See, I got nothing against Aaron anymore. We're friends now. I texted him a couple days ago.
When I pushed send, I was so ready for the retweet of him attacking you. I had my thumb on the trigger. Never happened.
And now Aaron and I are, listen, Aaron, I put this out there right now. If you need me to help, I'll just get water for you in RFK. I'll be like the water boy. I'll fucking get you towels. That debate will be, I'll do whatever I'm needed. Okay. Whatever you need for that debate, I'll help out. Cause I think it's very interesting that he's on every commercial right now.
He is on every commercial.
Every commercial. Interesting.
I got to go see. At first, I said I wasn't going to see the Swift movie in the theaters, but I do now have to see it because it looks like a party in the movie theaters. I'm like,
I might have to go too.
Did you see the video, the split screen of her first night of the tour, final night of the tour?
No.
Like, different human. Crazy.
How so?
Like, the way she carries herself is like, but she lost weight. She has different hair. Her face looks different. She's like,
Kevin,
it looks entirely
honestly, what she did was one of the most impressive human feats of civilization. Like, to do that many shows and bring that much energy and bring your A game every time, it'll change you as a person for life. That's
Sure.
like the Adderall thing. That's like my brain.
Mhm.
20 years of bringing it. Eventually, your body says no mas, Roberto Duran style. All right. That's all I got.
All right,
Rundown.
good rundown.
Sorry for that kid from Notre Dame, but you do stink.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but do keep listening to the shows and buying the products
Correct.
and coming to
Correct.
the live shows.
Right. We're not going to judge you by
Right.
3 minutes of being a jackass, even
Right.
though I bet it is
Well, that's
indicative
exactly
of
what we're doing, actually.
Also,
Correct.
if you were,
Well,
but if this
we have no
guy,
choice.
if this guy's as big of a stoolie as we think he is, then maybe just tweet out like Chive On or something. Help us out.
Chive On, are they still around?
I don't know.
I saw in a bar, you know, how they have that Chive TV channel.
Yeah.
Like we're just like, please
keep
I thought
calm and
that,
carry on.
relatively
Keep calm, Chive
recently,
On.
but-
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about. I had that moment yesterday because we have an ad now. I think Bleacher Report's doing like a sports programming on Max, which obviously everyone should get that subscription. What was HBO, and we're advertising for it. And I was like, "Whoa, this is weird." And I was like, "But I guess they're not really like we don't really have foes like we did back then. Like it used to be Bleacher Report,
Bro Bible.
I told
Chive.
you the Bro Bible. I saw that guy Bankman or something who starred Bro Bible, and he actually is the nicest comment. He's like, "You guys beat us, but if somebody had to do it, I'm glad it was you guys." It was
That
like an
is
old
nice.
Warrior quote.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is nice. It is
Yeah.
funny thinking about all those 10 years ago. We were just
Waffles
remember
McButter and Joe Pa. Those are the two names I remember for those guys.
And Kevin, remember one of my favorite Dave stories is when BuzzFeed came on the map and they were doing lists, and Dave was like, "We got to start doing lists." And he sent an email to everyone and was like, "All right, like Dan, you take Tuesday, Kevin, you take Wednesday, Mo, you do Thursday. We're gonna do a list every day." And we maybe made it like 3 days.
A week, yeah.
Like
Listicles.
lists are the future.
Listicles. Listen, you got to move, adapt, see what sticks, see what works, moving and shaking.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
I'll
See you guys.